Hi guys, Chris here from Wrath of Cause. Bit of a face-on type video thing today, and obviously it's Christmas Day, at least here it is in the UK. So first of all, I wanted to get the whole Merry Christmas thing out of the way. I want everybody to have a good time today. Spend as much time as you can with your friends and family, and of course, since it is that time of year, I just want to obviously thank you guys as well for your continued support on my channel. Hope you have a good Christmas. Thank you for your continuous support, and I'm pretty stumped on what else to say because I'm not very good at thanking things. So anyway, this video is also going to be like a little update for the second half of WaE, where basically it's a video of where we're up to, what we've got, what you're going to expect, the changes and stuff like that. So WaE Part 1 finished at about 107 cards, just for the first half of WaE. Now we're currently set at 180, so I'm trying to get like another 100 cards finished before releasing the set, so I've got about another 27 more cards to do, which I've got a few ideas and names down, and already I've got a few more core cards to make. There's going to be some more cores, a couple of Krillisians and stuff like that, but I've got like a lot of the bulky stuff out of the way. That's going to be the card count. It's going to be about 207. I think we had about 200 in GBE, about 180, 200, something like that. WaE is going to try and hit the 200 mark, hopefully. So, what else to expect? Well, first off, some of the artwork you might notice I have gone from complete like pencil colouring to watercolouring, and it's not on every piece of card and it's not in every bit of detail, but it's going to be like the background, like say there's a sky background, sky blue background, or some grass as a background, for example. That will be watercoloured down just to give it a bit of a different tone and different type of feel to the artwork, which I think is going to be quite unique. It's going to be like another step up in the whole Wrath of Cause things. Things like the actual focus on the card is not going to be watercoloured. If it's a human or dragon or something like that in the artwork, that is not going to be watercoloured, because the way I do my watercolours is with pencil and then a water pen afterwards. So trying to give a little bits of detail and it's quite hard. It's just literally going to be backgrounds. So that's going to be a new update for WaE Part 2. Another update is the cost symbol, and I had quite a bit of feedback regarding the new cost symbols in the little diamonds in the top left corner. I'll try and put like an example up here on the top. That's basically, if you don't know, that's how many elements you need to pay to play the card. And say for example a card only costs you 3 elements to play, the rest of the elements would be like hollowed out, so like a see-through diamond, and a lot of people were mistaking some of them for actual elements. So something what could have only cost 3 or 4 red, for example, looks like it could have cost 6 or 7 because the artwork was red. So what I've done to rectify that is I have removed all the excess elements, what we don't need. So if the card only costs 3 elements to get into play, it will only show 3 elements on the card. So I don't know why I didn't think about it in the first place, but hey, it's just working error, I suppose. Also, the text box at the bottom of the card, that's going to be from the second half of WaE, they are all going to be the same size. So it's going to try and be very linear in terms of scaling and sizing. So every box, regardless of its rarity, regardless of whether it's got 1 sentence or 7 lines of text, they will always remain the same size. So it's just to give that little bit of extra, in my eyes, the way I'm looking at it on my computer, like professionalism onto them cards. So hopefully when you get the cards back to Game Crafter, you can actually see that they actually look a lot more professional, which I kind of hope you guys agree with me with. as well as the whole like the red boxes and stuff like that, which is just above the normal text box. They're all going to be the same size. It's just to make it look like the same, but obviously the different varieties, they'll have the different coloured text boxes. Pardon me. You'll see what I mean. I'll put some examples up on the screen. So that's going to be the next main update for WaE part 2. What else? There are a couple of cards which I had revealed on Instagram. I'll put them up on the screen. One of them being amplification, power amplification. I had made this card, and then when I looked back at a very similar card from GVE, it wasn't really offering that much of a boost, so I have upped the numbers from, I think it was 200 or 300 up to 400 if you're playing it on a white elemental unit. Because of the whole costings, I'll put, like I said, I'll put the 2 different cards up on the top, and it will also become an uncommon card for that state. The other one was, I don't think I've actually released it on Instagram. Let me just see if I can find it very quickly. Oh, it's 2 actually. One is a new rare wonder called Eternal Flame. That used to say, whenever your opponent draws a card, you may deal 200 damage to any one unit. That now says, whenever your opponent draws a card, you may deal 200 damage to their core. Because at the end, I kind of thought like 200 damage to a unit, you know, late game, it's not really going to do much damage. It might not even kill, you know, it might kill like a Krillesian at best or something like that. Whereas this is now going to be 200 damage to the enemy core, which is obviously, when it starts racking up, that can start to be the better of what a wonder is actually supposed to mean in Wrath of Cores. Another card is a character, a named unit called Ella, Stixanthes Young, basically the daughter of one of the main characters from the first half of WaE, and basically she will cost 2 elements to get out into play for a 100-200 unit. When she enters, she gets to draw a card and recover 100 HP. Now, I'm just finding the updated version. She only costs 1 element of either white or green to play. So straight away it's half, you know, it's twice as easy to get into play. Everything else remains the same, 100, 200, and if you roll a 5 or a 6, not only does she hit, but she draws a card. So that's going to be a very nice card to have in any yellow or green deck. So there the changes what are not yet released, but they have been changed since. Next up, the deck. Oh crikey, how did I forget about this one? The theme deck for WaE Part 2 is going to be very Thunder based. I don't know if you've noticed on some of my cards on Instagram or some what I've revealed recently on YouTube, some previous videos. So in WaE Part 1 we had a human deck, and then we had a fire and ice deck. This next deck is going to be mostly Thunder with just a splash of green, so we're going to be a yellow and a light green deck. Looking at the cards already, this is going to be one of my favourite decks to have actually come out of my game. I love the artwork in it. I love the text in, you know, the card rulings. It's a very, very powerful deck. I'll throw some cards up on the screen to show you what I mean, but this is one where if you're saying you're going to be playing this deck, then your opponent really needs to prepare before they put their deck on the table, because this is going to be quite a ruthless deck to play with. I actually think it's going to be better than the Deck of Light, which in the previous months that has actually proved to be the better deck out of everything released to date, just because it's a tank. But I think this deck is really on par with the Deck of Light, so keep an eye out for that. I'm sure I'll be uploading more videos, you know, before the WaE gets released, which hopefully won't be too long. Now, finally, I'm going to just reveal a couple more cards. You've seen some in the past in one of my previous videos. I'm going to reveal about 3 more for you guys, just to end the video, because we're nearly at 10 minutes already. So I'm just going to pick out 3 random cards here, and I'll try and throw them on screen at this moment. Let's just open this one. So we've got Wild Thunderstorm, which is a white wonder. It costs 5 white to get into play. Of course, it's rare because pretty much every wonder is a rare nowadays. And it says all of your white elemental units in play cannot be targeted or affected by your opponent's action, response, battle, and wonder cards while this wonder is in play. So you get this card out. You've got white elements on the field, which is going to be the main majority of the deck. These units are pretty much going to be untouchable. The only way your opponent can kill them is by sending them to battle. So that will be really effective against like burn decks or something like that, which is very, very nice. Let me pick out a couple more. You've seen Yurta, which was the Staff of Iris. Shield of Denial, which is a weapon, uncommon. The cost is a bit weird. It costs 3 elements to get into play. The first one's got to be blue or green. The second one's got to be red or white, and then the third one can be any colour. So it reads, this can only be equipped to a named unit. So obviously any unit with a comma in its name. Reduce all damage dealt to this unit by 200. Damage prevented this way is dealt to the enemy core instead. So every time a card hits, whether it's an action card or a unit card in battle, every time this unit gets hit by damage, it reduces it by 200, and then it deals 200 damage to the enemy core. So, you know, playing that with the likes of the Eternal Flame, what I've just explained, then I'll throw it up on screen. Whenever your opponent draws a card, you may deal 200 damage to their core. You know, it's just little things like that. It's just continuously damage over time. You know, all you've got to do is really tank it out and hold your ground and just basically let these cards work for you, rather than you have to pay elements and get that damage in. Next one is a Butterfly Promise. This is just going to be a booster pack card. It costs 2 of any elements to get into play. It's 100, so it's extremely basic. It's not, you know, the attack and the power isn't value for money. It only misses on a 1, however you can destroy it at any time to generate 1 element of any colour. So this is good if you're struggling to get a colour out into play and you really, really need a second or third colour. So I can see that going in a couple of decks, maybe 1 copy, I'd say 1, maybe 2. Just tell me what you think about that one. Finally, I'm going to try and find another card. Pyramid of the Lost. It's another red wonder. Costs 3 red elements to get into play. It reads, whenever you draw a card, you may also look at the following card, but do not add it to your hand. So you draw a card, the next card down, you can look at it, but then put it back on top of your deck. Then there's a second paragraph that says, whenever you play a red action, flip a coin. If it's heads, you get to draw a card. So it might sound quite basic at first, but just listen to this. So, start of your turn, you draw a card, straight to your hand. Then you get to look at the second card and put it back on top of your deck. And in your main phase, say you're playing red burn, you cast any red card you want. Because you've played a red action card, you flip a coin. Judging that that red card is heads, you now get to draw that card which you peeked at before and put it into your hand. Now that will then trigger the above paragraph which says whenever you draw a card you may also look, so then that triggers that again. So you not only have you drawn your second card, but you get to peek at the third card after that. Now I know Wrath of Khorne is not supposed to be like a whole, you know, I try and stay away from unlimited cycles in this game. You know, any mechanic what jumps up into this game, which comes up as like an unlimited mechanic, should really stop at like a judge's like discretion. This one kind of gets away with it because you've got to play the action card to get that trigger going again. So it's a bit weird. It's not automated like in PDF's deck, where he loses a character, uses the tomb to get it back up and put it back in his hand, and plays it and kills it off. And you know, that's more than unlimited. So it's a bit weird, but yeah, I like this card. And I think this one can just about get away with the mechanic what I was trying to hint at earlier in GBE. So yeah guys, that's everything. I can't believe this video's at 15 minutes already. So I hope you enjoyed the little bits of information. If you've got any questions, just let me know down below. I'll always reply to your comments. You know, just spam away, even if it's not against about Rapid Cores. 99% of the time I will get back to you, and I will leave you a comment down below in response. Have a cracking Christmas. I nearly said Easter because I usually say cracking Easter, but I'm not meant to say Easter, I'm meant to say Christmas, and you can probably tell I've not had much sleep. So yeah guys, have a good Christmas, and I shall see you in my next video.